Hey guys, Jesse Nicholson here again. Just wanted to quickly show you some of the new features on our 2019 Tucson Ultimate. Now the Tucson went through some minor facelifts, a couple different changes with the engine options. So just wanted to kind of show you and highlight some of those key features. First off, if you notice the front end. So the cascading grille, which follows line with the Kona, the Santa Fe, and most other newer Hyundai vehicles, is now on the new Tucson. And the first thing I notice is the new headlights. The LED strips look really cool. They've kind of gone to more of a kind of a triangle look, which follows suit with the new Elantra models as well. But visibility is the key word. You'll notice that in the Ultimate model, there are 4 LED high intensity discharge lights there, as well as the LED light bars, front and bottom, integrated with the fog lights and headlights. So visibility on these units is immensely better than last year. Another thing that you notice, the color is slightly changed. So instead of Caribbean blue, we now have aqua blue. So I find it's a little bit darker, a little bit more rich of a color. I think they did a fantastic job with this. I'm an automotive painter by trade, and I have to say that Hyundai has some of the best paint out on the market right now. One of the things to look for is look down the side of the vehicle, kind of like this. And if you notice it looks kind of bumpy or stipply, we call that in the industry orange peel. So I have to say that Hyundai is by far one of the best kind of standard paints from any manufacturer in the market today. Really, really flat, looks amazing. So they do spend a lot of time and quality on their paint. Another one of the minor upgrades you'll find is a different rim. So a lot more aggressive this year. It's the two-tone black and kind of chrome alloy. They also put it matched with a Michelin tire this year. So another big key feature or change to the model of the Tucson is they have done away with the 1.6 liter turbo in the Ultimate models, now provide you with the same 2.4 liter found in the base Santa Fe's. So a little bit more horsepower, about 190 horsepower produced out of this vehicle opposed to 175 in the old turbos. And also, you probably noticed that instead of all-wheel drive, it says HTRAC. So this is the advanced all-wheel drive system found in our Genesis lineup. It is now trickled into the Santa Fe and the Tucson. So just think of it as when you're going through a corner, instead of the outside tire getting all of the power, the inside tire also takes some of the power as well. It's kind of like torque vectoring, but the HTRAC does it a bit differently. Just think more speed through the corners. So along with that, you do have a power liftgate in the Ultimate model. You can open it from inside the vehicle, the key fob, or directly behind it. Now, if I had the key fob on me, it also has what's called a smart tailgate function. So I can just stand behind the tailgate for about 3 seconds. The tail lights flash 3 times and then opens up for you hands-free. Again, in the rear, tons of room. You'll also notice you get a 12-volt plug-in. People with cooled coolers out on camping trips really love this. And then underneath here, you will find your spare tire and jack. It is a full height, not quite a full size, but a full height spare tire, but it is still a little bit thinner, so they only want you to go to 80 kilometers per hour. Really nice not to see an inflation kit though in this vehicle. Leather seating throughout and full panoramic sunroof as well. You'll also notice something that has changed is the placement of the navigation and head unit. This is now kind of the above dash look. I find it's way easier when driving to just slightly glance and look at it on the position it is versus where it previously was inset in the dash. So again, the key word for this year is total safety. Another push button just to lower the tailgate. LED light bars for the rear tail lights as well. Now in the back seat here, again, rear seats are heated. You do have 2 levels of heat. Really hot, not so hot. Also, you still have the reclining rear seat function, and when they do fold flat, they actually lock into place. This is one of the more true flat vehicles that I have seen in the business, and the nice part about locking in place is golf clubs, things like that, aren't going to be bouncing around as you drive. Now in the rear, instead of a 12 volt, you get an extra USB. This is really beneficial for people in the back seat who just want to just plug the cell phone in and then keep it charged up. So it avoids you having to buy a little adapter. Again, safety and cost effectiveness. In the side mirrors, you'll notice the blind spot detection. Now these illuminate orange when someone sits in the opposing lane from you and stay lit up until they are safely past you and you can change lanes. You'll also notice you have height adjustment on the passenger side seat. Now this is great. Some vehicles, the height adjustment is strictly on the driver's side, so passengers kind of have a hard time seeing up and over the dash. This provides a little bit better driving position for both driver and passenger. I'm going to walk you back around to the driver's side of the vehicle, kind of where all the major goodies are found. Quickly going to show you. So 2019 Tucson Ultimate, actually price dropped. 2018 models were $40,104. They are now $39,804. So a little bit of a price change, even though in my opinion this is a way better vehicle. You also get the Infinity sound system, the stereo cranks in these things, and a couple new features up on the dash here. One is the blind spot, which was available in 2018, but now most trim levels come with lane keep assist. So this little icon here, see it pop up and go away. So when that is lit green, you know that the system is active. This is actually reading the road lines, and it will notify you if you're swaying over the road lines. Also, it now has an active assist function. This will actually turn you back into the road lines, so kind of a semi-autonomous mode in case you are distracted or kind of not paying attention when out on the drive. So if I come into the front driver's seat, you also get adaptive cruise control. That is this button right here. This allows you to set a predetermined distance between you and the car in front of you. Now, if the car in front of you is doing 80 and you're doing 100, the vehicle will slow down and maintain a 1, 2, or 3 car length gap between you and the vehicle in front of you. More importantly, if he ends up slamming on his brakes, it'll actually come to a complete stop. So this is fantastic news for drivers who, maybe have kids in the back or long days at work and, are a little unattentive. You also have a driver attention warning. So this is actually going to notify you in case you are swaying over those road lines, not really maybe paying attention, and a little coffee cup will pop up and let you know you need to take a break. And then this also gives you a readout from the all-wheel drive HTRAC system. Really good in case you were ever stuck, then you can kind of see and know which tire is not getting any power. Maybe you'll need to dig under there, throw a little dirt, what have you. Bluetooth again is standard on all the models for 2019. You'll also get automatic headlight function. Leave it in the auto setting, never have to worry about it. You can also lock in the HTRAC system. So this is fantastic news for anyone who lives in a mountainous area like ourselves here in the Okanagan. If you notice the all-wheel drive lock on, this is good to 65 kilometers per hour, splits the power of the all-wheel drive system 50% to the front, 50% to the rear. This is really, really good when you're looking to get up a big hill. Maybe you found a lake out on a back logging road, snow on the road. This is just a more capable all-wheel drive mode. So now the head unit. On the Ultimate model, it's a full 8 inches. There is built-in navigation as well. As you notice with the satellite radio, you can actually rewind and pause satellite radio. If I just hit play live, pardon me, hit play live, it goes to exactly where it was. So in case you're running through Tim Hortons to grab that double, you can make sure instead of just missing the song, you can just pause it and continue on once you're done. The home button here brings you back to this. It is also Android Auto and Apple CarPlay equipped, meaning if you plug your phone in through the USB port here, that the apps from your phone will actually show up onto the screen. So you can run Google Maps. You can even have a text-to-speech function, which is pretty neat. So instead of having to pull over on the side of the road or actually have a conversation via Bluetooth, it'll actually reply via a text message to whoever you're chatting with. A couple real neat features: push button ignition again with the proximity keys. This means you cannot lock your keys in your vehicle. The convenience of opening and starting the vehicle is also greatly improved. Dual zone climate control, so much so that I can actually have air conditioning on the driver's side and over 30-degree heat on the passenger side. So anyone usually who a little bit colder, my spouse is always really cold and I'm really warm, so this is great because I can have air conditioning on me and she can use the heat to warm herself up. You'll also notice down here there is now an electronic parking brake with something called auto hold. So what auto hold does, I'm going to press this right now, pops it up onto the dash. Now when I put the vehicle into drive, I can take my foot off the brake. You'll see how it's green there now. I can take my foot off the brake and I do not move one bit. So this is great. So think of it as cruise control kind of for stopping. So if you are in heavy traffic, you don't have to keep pressing down the brake and then to the throttle, brake to throttle. It's just the moment I put my foot back on the gas, I will start to idle forward. So really, really super neat function. Also, our drive mode select is still available for 2019. This year you go into a sport mode or normal mode. So the eco mode is kind of integrated with the normal setting for more optimal fuel economy. Sport mode wants to keep you at a lower gear but a higher RPM for more torque. So if you need to pass someone really quickly, this is a great drive mode. Plus it's going to change the responsiveness in the steering wheel and make it a little more tighter, less forgiving, I say. So every movement of this steering wheel is now considered a movement of the tires. Also, backup camera is a 360-degree surround backup camera. Plus, you can also determine and choose specific areas like rear tires, rear driver's side tires. And when I put it into drive, you'll notice it shows me a front version. So really good for people who have kids, a lot of bikes laying on the ground, stuff like that, because we are supposed to do a 360-degree walk around before we get in our vehicle. This just helps eliminate the need to do so. Other than that, you also have the rear parking sensors. Again, another handy audible feature, works in conjunction with the backup camera. And then a host of kind of creature comforts, cooled seats or ventilated seats, which runs the air conditioning through the perforations here on the seats. This is amazing in the summertime, helps kind of keep you from sticking against the seats. And then heated seats for the wintertime. 3 levels of heat, really hot, medium hot, not so hot. And then a heated steering wheel. I have to say the heated steering wheel is one of these features I kind of thought was pretty gimmicky when they first came out, but after scraping some windows and -20, come into your vehicle and grab that steering wheel, I think you're going to find it really kind of handy. Kind of lastly, up on the rear view mirror, you'll notice a couple new buttons. When I have the vehicle kind of paired to the Bluetooth, I can press this little tow truck button. That will automatically give me roadside assistance functions. This will actually let me be able to find places and save destinations on my navigation. And this would bring you to Hyundai Roadside Assistance again, but then they will contact emergency services for you. Someone's trying to break into your car, you've gotten to an accident, it's a quick little link basically to 911. Also, lastly, one of the things that you will find with this vehicle is BlueLink. So this is one of the coolest new features that Hyundai has. BlueLink is a cell phone app integrated into the vehicle, which you can help operate it as a remote start. You can run a self-diagnostic to see what that check engine light actually is. There is, again, little hot buttons for roadside assistance and emergency services. And you can actually start your vehicle, lock it or unlock it from anywhere in the world. This runs off cell phone towers opposed to satellites. So it works literally everywhere in the world because, well, we're a mobile world and there are cell phone towers everywhere. So this is super handy. And one of the bigger benefits I find from this is, again, emergency services. I always use the analogy, if you were in an accident and you flipped upside down, let's say the phone flew out of the car, who is going to call the emergency services for you? BlueLink will. That's who. So they will actually automatically detect you've been in an accident and it will call emergency roadside assistance or police ambulance for you. So again, really amazing features. A lot of cool little upgrades this year for the 2019 Tucson. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you do have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, jnicolson@vernonhyundai.com. That's jnicholson@vernonhyundai.com. Thanks again for checking in, guys, and really look forward to seeing you here in the new year. Take care.